Hello, I'm Angel Shah, and today I'll be doing an addendum to Sierra Tango's video on the Johnson solids. And today we're just going to be focusing on the Snub Disphenoid and how to identify it. The two main characteristics that I look for in a Snub Disphenoid is that one, there exists a pair of edges that are both perpendicular and parallel to each other. In this case, this edge right here and this edge right here are what I'm looking for. They're both, it's kind of hard to see, but they're both parallel and perpendicular to each other. And the other thing that I look for is that if we take a look at one of those edges straight on, you can see that they are the meeting edge of two triangles. Of course it is. But around those two triangles, sandwiched in between them on the other side, are two more triangles. So those two and those two. Now, as to why the Snub Disphenoid has these certain characteristics, it's because that the Snub Disphenoid is constructed by snubbifying an antiprism, not unlike the snub square antiprism that I have over here. But instead of snubbifying a square antiprism, we are snubbifying a tetrahedron, which for the purposes of the explanation, I will be referring to it as a diagonal antiprism. This is kind of an interesting nomenclature because the main polygon, if we name it that way, is not a polygon at all. Well, you can argue it is a polygon, but it is a two-sided polygon, which is a line, which is quite interesting, but it would definitely help describe some parallels between the snub square antiprism and snub disphenoid. I will not explain the process of snubbification or explain what an antiprism is, but I will be describing some characteristics that you can see on a snub square antiprism that arise from snubbifying an antiprism, and we'll be using that to kind of use them as identification landmarks for the snub disphenoid. So the first thing, if we take a look at the main polygon of the snub square antiprism, which would be this one, this face here, and where are you? And the opposite face. First of all, they're parallel. Second of all, they are offset by exactly half of its rotational symmetry. So a square has 90 degrees rotational symmetry. Half of that is 45 degrees, and you can see that the two faces are indeed 45 degrees offset from one another. So on a snub disphenoid, a line has 180 degrees rotational symmetry. Half of that is 90. So the main polygon of the snub disphenoid would be 90 degrees offset from one another. In other words, they're perpendicular to each other. Now, if we take a look at the snub square antiprism from bird's eye view, you can see that on each edge of the main polygon, we have a triangle attached to it. And between those two triangles, we have two triangles sandwiched in between them. And effectively, that is the same thing that we see on the snub disphenoid. These two are the triangles that are attached to the edge of this main polygon, and between them are two triangles in between sandwiched. So that is how I identify a snub disphenoid. For people who are wondering, yes, there is a snub triangular antiprism. That would be an icosahedron, and you can do the same exercise on an icosahedron to verify that it is a snub triangular antiprism. So just replace the main polygon with a triangle. And the main differences between the snub disphenoid and a tri-augmented triangular prism is that the snub disphenoid has 12 faces, while the tri-augmented triangular prism has 14. And 2, on the tri-augmented triangular prism, we have 2 faces that are parallel, but they are not rotated from one another, so they're aligned with each other. Those 2 polygons mark the main polygon of the triangular prism, and if you look at them straight on, you can see how this prism is augmented with these kind of pyramids. So because we have 2 parallel faces here, and we can see like the pyramids that form the augmentation, this is a tri-augmented triangular pyramid.
Mine's better.
A triangular prism, not a pyramid. Whoops. This is a snub disphenoid because of its 2 edges, and looking at this way, again 2 triangles, and sandwiched in between them are 2 more triangles. So this is snub
Mine's better.
disphenoid,
This before.
and this is a snub square antiprism.
Mine's great. I wonder if anyone else is doing this.
Types of machines and factories with machines in